sporting faculty. This show is segmented into 3 different sections. The first segment delves deep into analysis of the sporting faculty for the day, after which we go to the streets to take the views of the people on their favorite teams and predictions. And we give results of the week just passed. The second segment has to do with a celebrity guest in Studio B.
So if we need a striker, I think we need someone else to replace Lacazette for us to get to where the game exactly is.
And the third segment has to do with the trivial games of knowledge.
Mayweather has changed the face of boxing, so I think he is the best.
Catch me live on this station from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. every Wednesday.
Hi, when it comes to trending stories in the world of entertainment, you need an authentic platform to keep you updated.
That's where we come in with EP Xtra on EP Radio TV.
On EP Xtra, we bring you the most informative and interesting stories in the world of entertainment.
Coupled with the general public opinion on trending issues, we also bring you podcasts on social media.
A segment of EP Xtra which highlights on social media trends for the day. So join me, Kelvin Fnk.
And me, Irene Pax. With me, your hot gossip.
At this time, live on EP Radio TV Africa. Follow us on our various social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
EP Xtra, your infotainment hub.
It's pretty much a bright afternoon, Monday afternoon, here in the city of Accra, and we are back to the studios of EP TV Africa with the program EP Xtra with me, Kelvin Fnk. Follow us on our various social media handles and let's get interactive. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can easily access us wherever you are all around the world. I hope your weekend was amazing. If not, we know the economy somehow might lead to something. But interestingly, we are back with EP Xtra with entertaining stories, especially those that has been happening over the weekend. So a lot of entertaining stories. First and foremost, you can follow us on our various social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube is EP TV Africa. You can also log on to our website, www.eptvafrica.com. So on today's EP Xtra, I have interesting stories for you. If you've been following social media for the past couple of days now, last week to be precise, you would know that Shatta Wale has been trending. I won't say for the good reasons, but publicity is publicity. Whether you trend positively or negatively, it is still publicity. I'm going to be bringing you an update as to why Shatta Wale has been trending and why he's still trending, and the latest person to come out to speak about Shatta Wale's trend in the past couple of days now. And later on, I will also be bringing you an update from Nigeria. Interestingly, Yul Edochie is also back in the news. You know, Yul Edochie, one of the finest Nollywood actors we have in Nigeria, his mouth and the way he comes out to give his own opinion about certain stuff doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon. In the latest development from Yul Edochie, he has come out to reveal that he's actually called by God to be a preacher. Let me make a put out for plain shit. He said God called her to be a pastor. We have a video for that. And later on, we'll be telling you an update as to how the former CEO and founder of Twitter, Jack, is reportedly come out with a new social media platform. So we all know that after Elon Musk took over Twitter, a lot of changes has been going up back and back, and Elon has been giving a lot of people to back and front. So I will bringing you the whole conversation about the Twitter trends for the past couple of days now. So a lot of these and many more stories are coming up on today's EP Xtra with me, Kelvin Fnk. Don't forget that we are coming to you live from our studios here in Accra, Ghana. You can join our conversation on our various social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube is EP TV Africa. You can also log on to our website www.eptvafrica.com. Let's go for a quick commercial. Because when we come back, I'll be delving more into today's EP Xtra properly. We'll be right back.
On Hard Talk, we review and fact-check our duty bearers. They are tough talk.
You know JB Dankwa is not a Kufado's blood relative. Are you aware?
How much did you give to NDC?
I cannot mention. I'm talking about role of money.
Their promises and commitment to deliver the goods. We analyze, we probe, we research and investigate. We face the nation with facts and accurate news.
2020 is the era of the realization of the Pan-Africanism.
On Hard Talk, nothing is missing.
We put together the Creative Arts Bill. So now you can call it the Arts Bill. Where is it?
If there is no market the industry collapse.
All the sides, all the angles.
When you have a government whose back is against the wall, and they are so desperately trying to change the conversation.
He has a way of, handling his issues.
The border closure affects Nigerians more than Ghanaians. How many Ghanaians actually apply that?
There will be never 100% anything on this end unless you go to God.
I love to be here.
I'm known around the world as the cream of creams, Kofi Asante Mensah. Join me on Hard Talk, going behind the hard talk.
All right, you're welcome back. If you're just logging on, you logged on right on time. The program is EP Xtra with me, Kelvin Fnk, and we are coming to you live from our studios here in Accra, Ghana. Follow us on our various social media handles and let's get interactive. Now, before I went for that quick commercial break, I was talking about the fact that there are a lot of stories on today's EP Xtra, today's Monday's edition, and it's super fun to be back in the studios of EPTV Africa. So let me start off today's stories with Shatta Wale. So for the past couple of days now, Shatta Wale has been trending on social media. I would use the phrase Shatta Wale himself and his former manager Bulldog, who is now known as Bull God. So let me give you a back end to what this whole conversation about this, this beef between Shatta Wale and his former manager is. So a couple of days ago, it was reported that Bull God came out on a public platform to release the album that Shatta Wale had. I mean, he actually gave out a hint to Shatta Wale's new album. This album has been trending and people have been asking Shatta Wale why is he not bringing it out, in as much as there's been lots of conversations about it. So in a recent public appearance, Bull God came out to release some names that are actually involved in this album, and that did not go down well with Shatta Wale. Shatta Wale got super angry, came on social media and revived an issue which has passed, or which was, took place in 2014. That is the murder of Kwauke's former manager, Fnk Ochiri. So Shatta Wale in a recent post accused Bull God of having a hand in the murder of Fnk Ochiri. That was in the year 2014. Remember that if you've been following Shatta Wale and the whole saga, you know that in the year 2014, when Fnk Ochiri was, murdered by unknown gunmen in his residence at Spintex in Accra, Ghana, one of the major suspects, or one of those who were in the center of this whole conversation, of this whole murder issue, was Shatta Wale's former manager, Bulldog, who is now known as Bull God. So the police had their own investigation and everything, but later on Bulldog was released from prison. But now that Shatta Wale is coming out to accuse Bulldog of having a hand in Fnk Ochiri's death, it seems to have revived the entire issue. The Ghana police is now involved. Not just the Ghana police, the entire public are asking the question, why is he now coming out now to speak about this? But the most recent conversation we are bringing to you is the fact that his baby mama, Michi, I will not use the word Shatta Michi because she used to be called Shatta Michi. Now she preferred to be called Michi. Michi came out in a recent, appeal to the general public, Ghanaians, especially the SM fans, asking them to do a serious, powerful prayer for his baby daddy, because the whole situation would not only affect the man's career but also affect her baby. Remember that Shatta Michi and Shatta Wale has a son together. There's a video to Michi asking the general public to actually put out a powerful prayer for Shatta Wale. I would want you to watch this. We'll be right back.
Say, yem fa impaibo powerful prayers pa infantile. Me ba papa echi Shatta Wale na nsema pie no ankofa nsem foforo. Amba if you say kana aka me me ba nso so ntim pacho. So mestre Ghana for pa say yem fa impaibo powerful prayers pa infantile. Me ba papa echi Shatta Wale na nsema pie no ankofa nsem foforo. Amba if you say kana aka me ba nso so ntim pacho.
All right, so that was Michi asking the general public to hold a powerful prayer for her baby daddy, Shatta Wale, because according to her, she was, for those of you who might not understand the language she's speaking, she was actually speaking true in there. to cut the long story short, she's appealing to the general public to actually put Shatta Wale in their prayers. A powerful prayer, because whatever the situation outcome is going to be, is not going to only affect Shatta Wale, but it's also going to affect her son that she has with Shatta Wale. We wish them all the very best on this particular one. The Ghana police is still, investigating Shatta Wale's post that came out a couple of days ago, and Shatta Wale has said that he would help the Ghana police reinvestigate this whole particular, murder involving Fnk, the former manager of Kwao. So we're going to see what pans out in the coming days from the camp of Shatta Wale. But yes, that's a call from Michi. I think if you're an SM fan, you should pray for Shatta Wale, because this whole situation is going in a way that people would not want it to go. But let's see what pans out in the coming days. Now, away from that, let's move into other stories. Black Sherif. Yes, the guy of the moment, the man of the moment in Ghana music industry. So we all know that Black Sherif recently brought out a new single a couple of weeks ago, and a lot of people are still vibing to it. But there's a new twist to this old Black Sherif saga. In a most recent revelation, some people are claiming that there's a leaked sex tape out there involving Black Sherif and an unknown lady. Well, the report we are getting today is the fact that it's a mistaken identity. Black Sherif is not involved in any, sex tape. But it's so amazing and it's so sad how some people can literally carry out. They would want to actually propagate bad news rather than the good news. The guy came out a couple of weeks ago to announce that he's having a concert coming up soon. But nobody is talking about that. But when the alleged sex tape picture started circulating on social media, everybody is bouncing on it. It's not so good. It's not good at all. But what we are bringing to you right now is the fact that Black Sherif is not involved in any sex tape. It's a situation they call a mistaken identity. I didn't bring you the pictures because some things you should not be seen inside that particular picture. But when I saw the picture for myself, I realized that the guy in question literally looks like Black Sherif. They have this kind of identical look. But yes, it is what it is. It's a mistaken identity. Let's leave it at that. With that being said, Black Sherif is having a concert. He's having a show pretty soon. Instead of us to propagate the negative stories that the social media wants to hear, let's talk about his new concert that is coming up. So Black Sherif plus special guest DJ Semtes Nas is having a program on the 18th of November 2022 at Coco in London. Yes, this is taking place in London. So all the Black Hole fans, if you're in London, come out on the 22nd of November this month to celebrate this guy, because he's been, for the past couple of years now, when you talk about Ghana music industry, is one person who has stand out. His music has actually been played. It's being played by a lot of people all around the world. So yes, Black Sherif is having a program on the 18th of November at Coco in London. So yeah, if you're Black Sherif fans, make sure to pass by. And yes, as I made mention earlier, the sex tape thing is a mistaken identity. Make you live on the way they. The guy not inside any sex tape. Now, away from that, let me move to a conversation that to many, it might seem to be dying off, but we are still waiting to hear from the horse's mouth. And we are talking about the situation involving Davido and Chioma, the death of their son. So after this old Davido and Chioma situation started trending on social media, there's been lots of stories ups and down. Some people are still speculating that their son, who is reportedly dead through drowning, is still alive and fine. But a lot of people have other stuff to say, in as much as the entire world has been put into mourning. Even celebrities from not just Nigeria, all around the world has been pouring their condolences message to Davido and Chioma. One of the latest celebrities to do that is Nicki Minaj, all the way from the United States of America. But we are bringing to you the current reaction or the current state of Chioma and Davido at the moment, and that is being reviewed by Pastor Toby from America. Now, Pastor Toby happened to be one of the renowned pastors or Nigerian pastors in the state, and in the most recent post, he said he spoke to Davido, and this situation involving the drowning of their son has brought him and Chioma stronger together. There is a post Toby Ade Boyega posted on his social media a couple of days ago. He said, I spoke to the one OBO the second time, and he's getting stronger. He's rising. They are both getting stronger. Praise God. So this is the post he brought out on social media, going to rise from this stronger, more glorious, and giving more hope and strength to more people. Now that came out from Pastor Toby. Now I think this actually answers the questions a lot of people are still speculating, claiming that Ifeanyi is still alive, in as much as we've not heard or we've not gotten an official statement coming from the camp of Davido and Shoma. But come on, what are you expecting? These two are currently in a mourning state. They are still mourning, so let's give them the time they need to mourn. And social media, you guys should allow them to mourn in peace. But I mean, when the story of Ifeanyi passing came on social media, it became a serious one, and it actually took a lot of toll on many people all around the world. We are still hoping that in the coming days, these two find a way to move out of this. Yes, there's a better life ahead. We wish them all the very best. So yes, that was Davido and Shoma's current state being reviewed by Pastor Toby, indicating that this particular situation has made them stronger together. Wish them all the very best on that particular one. Now, away from Davido and Shoma, a sad story there, let's move into something lighter for the married people. So, Nigerian pastor reveals what can break a marriage. Interestingly, the reason I brought out this particular story, because a lot of people have been speculating what actually leads to people's marriage not lasting long. A lot of theories, a lot of opinions, and a lot of thoughts about this. But in the most recent post on social media by Kingsley Okonkwo is known as one of the finest pastors we have in Nigeria. In a most recent post, he came out to reveal this. I'm going to be reading to you his exact post on social media. So he said, one of the things that can break a marriage is when a spouse sends a funny post on WhatsApp or Instagram and you did not send your laughter. Question mark. Seriously? So this is what keeps a marriage? The post you're looking at right now is what keeps or breaks a marriage? If it is coming from a minister of God, we hope that this is coming from a joking perspective. But it's quite, funny saying that if your spouse, release a post on social media, Instagram or WhatsApp to be precise, a funny post, and you did not laugh or respond to it, that means your marriage is going to end. What is this one they turn into? Make are you speaking English? Like for real? But anyway, who am I to judge? That is coming from a minister of God. I mean, a well-renowned minister of God, saying that if your spouse posts something funny on social media, WhatsApp, on Instagram, and you did not respond to that, it can lead to your marriage breaking. How can it be cool? We'll leave that one for the way it is right now. Now, away from that, still in Nigeria, let's move into the movie industry, Nollywood. Yul Edochie, the father of all nations, is back in the news. This time around, we are not talking about his political career. Neither are we talking about him taking a second wife or his whole relationship saga. We are talking about a recent revelation coming out from him. He's come out to reveal that God has actually called him to be a preacher, a man of God, a minister. But in a very dicey way, or in a very relaxed way of putting out this communication, he didn't indicate if God has called him to be on the pulpit preaching like every other minister that is being called. But he is saying that God has called him to be a minister through his way of life, his way of doing things. So did God actually ask you to go for a second wife? That is my question. But before I talk too much, there's a video to him revealing this to the general public and especially his fans all over the world. And I would want you to watch this. I'll be right back.
I have a calling to be a minister of God. I have a calling to preacher of God, to be one of God's ministers, to preach the word of God through words and through actions. I've had this calling a long time ago, actually, many years ago, but I always felt maybe the time hadn't come, the time wasn't right.
All right, so that was Yule Doche himself in person. Making no come like say they talk too much. When I hear him from his mouth and I ain't talking him. He say God don't call him to be a minister. Let's see how that pans out for him in the coming years. Wish him all the very best. I wouldn't want to talk too much because the video itself is self-explanatory. We'll go for a quick commercial, because when I come back, I will tell you the latest Nollywood actor that is out of the single ministry in the film industry. We'll be right back.
On Hard Talk, we review and fact-check our duty bearers. They are tough talk.
You know JB Dankwa is not Ekufodo's blood relative. Are you aware?
How much do you give to NDC?
I cannot mention. I'm talking about roll of money.
Their promises and commitment to deliver the goods. We analyze, we probe, we research and investigate. We face the nation with facts and accurate news.
2020 is the era of the realization of the Pan-Africanism.
On Hard Talk, nothing is missing.
We put together the Creative Arts Bill. So now you can call it the Arts Bill. Where is it?
If there is no market, the industry collapses.
All the sides, all the angles.
When you have a government whose back is against the wall, and they are so desperately trying to change the conversation.
He has a way of, handling his issues.
The border closure affects Nigerians more than Ghanaians. How many Ghanaians actually apply that?
There will be never 100% anything on this end unless you go to God.
I love to be here.
I'm known around the world as the cream of creams, Kofi Asante Mensah. Join me on Hard Talk. Hard Talk, going behind the hard talk.
All right, you're welcome back. The program is still EP Xtra with me, Kelvin Fnk, and we are coming to you live from our studios here in Accra, Ghana. If you're just logging on, you've kind of missed most of our stories, but you can have a repost of this Monday's edition on our various social media handles. On Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube is EPTV Africa. You can also log on to our website, www.eptvafrica.com. Now, before I went for that quick commercial break, I was letting you know or giving you a hint to the latest Nollywood actor who is out of the Single Men Association. I happen to be the president in there, but interestingly, Frederick Leonard is out of the industry because he's getting married to his colleague in the industry, Peggy. So these two seems to be having a good time. Not too long, they came out publicly to announce that they are in a romantic deja vu. This time is not a deja vu, but interestingly, what we're bringing to you today is the fact that she said yes to him, and they'll be getting married in November. While somebody is saying that he's been called to be a pastor, someone else is also starting the marital ministry. We wish him all the very best. We are hoping that this marriage doesn't only sound, like the celebrity marriages we've been hearing on social media, where the two of them, the power couple, the husband is a celebrity, the wife is a celebrity, and not too long or after the whole marriage thing, elaborate marriage, it ends shortly. We are hoping that what Peggy and Leonard is having lasts longer. Wish them all the very best. Their marriage is taking place in November, and of course, trust us, when the update for the marriage is out, we'll be bringing you right here on EP Xtra. Now, away from that, let's move into the international front. Twitter. Elon Musk. So Elon has been doing some dramatic I would not say dramatic, drastical actions over the past couple of days now since he officially took over Twitter as its owner, because of course he paid the money in full. So now he's a new person in charge. But what we are bringing to you is the fact that founder and former CEO of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, launched his new social media platform. Remember that a couple of years ago, Jack stepped down as the CEO of Twitter before the whole, Elon Musk saga started coming in and out. But interestingly, in a new development, Jack is reportedly releasing a new social media platform called Blue Sky. A lot of people are seeing this as a rival to Twitter. Yes, it should be a rival to Twitter, because a lot of things is happening on Twitter right now that people are not so happy about. But interestingly, let me just read to you a brief detail about this. So Blue Sky was commissioned by Jack Dorsey when he was still the CEO of Twitter, and with more than 30,000 sign-ups for its wait list in less than 2 days, the project is quickly being touted as an alternative and perhaps even a replacement for Musk-owned Twitter. Elon Musk, with a sink in hand took the global center stage as he completed his Twitter takeover on October 27. The deal was worth $44 billion and had the entire cryptosphere and the tech industry talking. However, a tiny Twitter offshoot established in 2019 is also creating ripples after announcing the upcoming launch of its beta testing app. Moving on, the project is called Blue Sky and was commissioned by Jack Dorsey when he was still the CEO of Twitter. And with more than 30,000 signups for its waitlist in less than 2 days, the project is quickly being touted as an alternative and perhaps even a replacement for Mook's own Twitter. So, yes, let's see what comes out in the coming days. They've not officially made it, open to the general public, but what we are getting right now is it already has over 30,000 people signed up on its wait list, waiting for it to be launched. If the guy used the same energy in creating Twitter to what it is today to put into Blue Sky, let's see what pounds out in the coming days. Wish them all the very best on that particular one. So that's how we wrap up on today's EP Xtra, which came to you live from our studios here in Accra, Ghana. If you're just logging on, you've kind of missed the stories basically, but you can have a replay on our various social media handles. Before we wrap up on today's EP Xtra, I brought you an update on Shatawale and the whole late Fnk Ochiri and the whole Bull God saga and everything, and how Shatamichi is calling for prayers from the general public. We also brought you an update from the camp of Black Hole saying that the recent trending video, alleged sex tape, it's a case of mistaken identity. We hope that this is sorted out. And we also brought you an update from Nigeria about Nollywood actor Yul Edochie saying that he's been called by God to be a preacher. Later on, we told you about the fact that Fred Leonard, one of the finest actors in Nollywood, is out of the Single Men Association because he will be getting married to his colleague Peggy in November this year. And we also finally concluded with an update about the fact that the former CEO and founder of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, has launched or is launching Blue Sky social media platform, a rival to what people will say to Twitter. With that, in the coming days, we'll see what other pans out. Well, once again, my name is Kelvin Fnk. I want to say a very big thank you to the entire team for putting up today's EP Xtra together. Yes, you can still follow us on our various social media handles: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube is EPTV Africa. You can log on to our website, www.eptvafrica.com. We are back with another EP Xtra on Wednesday. Once again, my name is Kelvin Fnk. It's a wrap from us.